from what we're used to.
Hmm.
But hey, it seems to work. So uh, let's let's actually fill in all the details so that people know what's going on.
Yes, the details. Thanks.
Got that stuff going. All right, thumbnail.
Hmm. So yeah, 2 weeks ago, I got to I spent $30 to have an actual reading table at like a goth club situation, and
Yeah, how did that?
I made I made $40, $45 because somebody paid me a little extra. So I made $15 more than I spent, and I had a good time. So it was all right. It was a good first venture. Now I have to, um, you know, now that I've financially recovered from life,
Yeah.
I can now think about spending time investing in things like, oh, I probably need some business cards, maybe a flyer or something, because I had nothing. I had nothing for the promoter. I said
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, I just kind of took this thing, um, while also in a horrid state. I will be set up better next time. So
Okay.
it's
Well,
it's, it's a once a month thing, and so unlike what I charge online to do a personal reading because it's a thing happening at a club. It's it's basically what I do here, and that's all that I
mm-hmm.
do there. And because it's a thing at a club, I only charge $20, right?
That's reasonable.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're already there for like it's a party, right? So it's there for somebody who wants a small reading, you know.
Yeah.
Something that can lead to, oh man, get this guy some bigger and better stuff in his situation, right? So it's been good.
That's great to hear, man. I'm glad that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Love you too. You really think this is handy? Vind je dit nou echt handig? Ja, ja, jij wel natuurlijk. Yeah, Timmy, I love you too, but ja, niet zo zeuren.
All right. So
Ah, Tim.
where
Godsamme.
is
Hold on. Nee. Move. Ah. Cats. Love them, but.
I?
Okay.
So yeah, man. So we're chilling out here. I think I see the chat group now. So nobody's here, right?
Not not yet. No, but I still need to share it around so that we are alive.
Right,
So
right.
actually passed 1K subscribers.
Oh, you did. Congratulations. I
Thanks.
seem to be falling like a rock. Last time I checked, I was at 646. So I'm making negative progress, which tells me I must be doing something. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I'm doing something.
Uh, well, YouTube doesn't actually let me monetize my channel.
Hmm. Well, you just
Uh,
hit 1,000, right?
1,000 is what
Yeah.
you need. 1,000
Yeah,
or
yeah,
like
yeah.
40K watch hours.
Yeah.
But they denied it because of reused content.
Reused content.
Yeah,
I
apparently I
saw you
have.
talking about the issue with your thumbnail. Is that the reused content, the thumbnail?
No, that's a whole separate issue that I am using apparently
Is it the,
misleading thumbnails.
it's okay, so well, yeah, so misleading thumbnails.
Yeah, and it's two issues. So the first issue is reused content. Apparently, I have too little original content, while I've been making more original content than ever.
Right.
Um,
Right.
and misleading thumbnails, only used to increase my views. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, what else would I be using my thumbnails for?
It's like, is there now a an anti clickbait policy at YouTube? That's what it is.
I don't know, man. I
I don't
don't know. I
understand
don't
that.
get
I don't
it.
understand that at all. Like if I bother to thumbnail a thing, it's just like I just grab an appropriate picture and like
Mhm.
usually I don't got the fucking time for it unless I'm like building a whole situation, right? Because unless I already have to work with my video editing software, right? Like when I did the
Yeah.
Holy Mountain de-occulting with Slick, because I had to alter a bazillion pictures anyway for lewd imagery, or I wanted to circle something or whatever, it was just like,
Mhm.
okay, I can actually, like, here, I'll grab this still shot and I'll write this across the screen for it, and then I have to painstake myself with color correction. Like, okay, what color do these letters need to be against this particular shade of gray or beige? Like, I hate it. I fucking hate it. It takes the joy out of doing anything, right? So this is this is why I do this is why I do things just the way that I do things, because I like I said, I mean, I may be cusping millennial, but like I feel like this is something millennials stress out about. I'm just a Gen Xer who would rather fail without it because it's too internety for me. I need Gen X level of reality.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I've been. I don't
Back to
mind.
the late 90s where we all know what every fucking website looked like, and it was this glorious archaic thing of hyperlinks and a couple of color shadings. You had like maybe a cool splash art in the background, and a pretty simple drop down menu, and nothing seemed like it was hiding behind several GUIs. That's graphical user interfaces for those of you who are not as nerdy as I am, and I'm not nerdy enough to get it all right. So, like I said, Gen X, yeah, yeah, old school, just way back machine. You like go look at what Google looked like. Go look at what all your websites, all the elder websites look like Yahoo.
The
Right?
elder websites. That is. Oh, that's terrible. But
Right.
yeah, no, it's. They're
You see, we
stupidly.
gentrified. We gentrified website making, right? That's what happened. Like we got GoDaddy and all these other like customizable website builders that would be your host, right? So
Yeah.
that's your digital office complex, right? As opposed to the way it was done before, where you put the effort in to reserving your own IP address and spending the money on the IP address. Of course, IP addresses I think have gotten more expensive over the years, right? So that was like, here I am with the title to my own business property, right? Here's a whole,
Mhm.
like, it's like the digital version of the brick and mortar. There it is, your website as is, right? And a lot of people didn't know how to keep uh, their IP address independence, as things shifted through the digital economy,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so now we're at the point of absurdities where clickbait is so unethical that they have a policy at your publicly authorized corporation.
Yep.
I'm hearing
And
some digital static. Is that you or me?
I don't know. I think it's me, actually.
Okay.
Mm, is it? Hold up,
It's
let
gone away.
me.
It went away. We're good. Whatever it was is gone.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, now it's back. Yeah, it must
Yeah,
be you. That's all right. Don't worry.
yeah, might be me.
Probably your cat.
Even though he's not here, but he totally would.
He stepped on just the right spot where it would cause this problem a few minutes later. But anyway, yeah. So, so that's the gentrification of the internet to go along with things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what I noticed about all this shit that goes on, it's like when the world becomes safer, becomes more authoritarian, and that is not as big a problem for women as it is for men. So they have a completely different constructural idea of freedom,
Yeah.
right? Because this is because security means something different to a man. Where a man is in in control of his own security. A woman isn't necessarily in control of her own security because she may not be built that way, because because that's not the primary build that a woman experiences through natural raising grooming practices, right? So they have the security that works within a place that is calm and peaceful, so that way it can be excited by things that she's comfortable seeing it be excited by, right? This is why women will love like loud parties and things. It's that safe chaos, right? And they like to be excited by these things, right? And they also find that it's the man that can bring the excitement. But of course, that excitement is also in part because the man has the potential to bring danger. And this is why psychologically there is never the kind of freedom struggle in the psyche of a woman. If it's there, it's on behalf of the men. Seeing how the men hate what this is, to see that it's a little unnecessary towards their own security and whatever, and figuring things out. It just depends on when men can step up and say, we naturally can be the security here. There's no reason for the government to make this a secure place. We got it. We got it because we have eyes. We know what people are. Existential threats will let the organized defense forces of our people, that may be the military in a government, because people will foolishly choose that, but whatever your organized defenses of your people are, right? I try to think about the most primordial way of speaking about things we think of that government does, to try to get it back to a natural human social order kind of comprehension of things, to where we get the natural hierarchy instead of the contrived government trying to hallucinate some sort of idealistic governance system, which is not really supposed to be that hard to understand, right? Which is why all sorts of very interesting theories about what is and isn't tyranny can pop up, which is what's put us in our psychological upside down that we have been going through as to being confused what it is to live in a under Nazi policies, under communist policies, under strict Jewish law, so on and so forth, strict Roman law, perhaps, right? And we're getting all of this acceptable palpitation of the taste for these different styles, and at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is that you still just gotta get up and go take care of yourself in the real world in the way that your world has provided, and understand that if you don't like it, you can literally shift your perception in that world and start doing things differently, and you'll get out of that world into one that works better for you, instead of fighting the government so you can easily live the next day the same way you did yesterday. Yeah, you've got to break patterns, and then you realize how little you really have to care about the government.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I
Yeah.
I, I get it.
Yeah. That is a much rarer manner of thinking outside of the American, um, you know, freedom, anarchist freedom movement, like
mhm.
the actual anarchist freedom movement, not the hostile socialist organizations in the name of anarchy, but living by the actual meaning in its original term of the anarchos.
Okay, that's one to think about. That's a lot.
It's just an important mindset that anybody anywhere in the world, it doesn't matter what you're living under. If you fucking break things down on that personal level, you'll find out that you're probably living under a tyranny of someone else's design that
Yeah.
you can completely bypass. Completely by this is why they need to make up some sort of birth-based condemnation of you. It's just like that's why racism or sexism. It's just like you will be persecuted inescapably because you are Dutch, right? You know,
Mhm.
you're a Dutchman out of Deutschland, right? You know, you're out of your element, sir, and you're in trouble. You're in trouble now. We're suspicious of you for everything, right? That's the this game, right? So therefore, because human beings can racially profile you for government authority, therefore your system of government is invalid. And then you go around the mulberry bush of every kind of government and realize that literally every government has turned into something that deploys that tactic of condemning the other for who they are, not because of their behavior. Once they've reached a ignorant boiling point with the problem of that they see in pattern with the group, that they are failing to discriminate who amongst that kind are the trouble, right? The narrative that we would believe and seems to be backed by all sorts of information is that the hyper level of work of deportation happening in the United States that makes us appear to see ICE as SS agents taking away Jews that were hiding in the floorboards, right? For many liberals right now, they are living in the belief that that is exactly why we're seeing what we're seeing, right? Because of a whole lot of lies stacked on top of a whole lot of lies over what was something that was of noble discussion and not politicized because it was being suppressed in the alternative media world, having the actual discussion not being had by the news of the consequences of unchecked, immigration, and how much it mattered, that it was diminishing our sense of sovereignty, right? Our sense of what it means to be a citizen of the United States in the lands of America, the United States of America. We are not America. America is where is the land in which we live on, but the United States is the nation. Our states are in union herefore. Right? A lot of people, they have no idea, right? So, like, Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America was actually giving the whole Gulf to North and South America, not stealing it away for the United States. The name was stealing it away for Mexico as a holdover from politics of the Spanish Empire. Right? But people either know their history or they don't know their history to get the context of anything.
I mean, I am definitely not familiar with, that level of American political history. Then again, as a,
Giving you a chance
as a
to.
European, as a Dutchman,
Are you muted?
no,
You just muted now.
no, I actually turned my
There you
mic
go.
way up. I actually turned my mic up
You're lagging
right now.
pretty bad. Your picture is
It's weird.
digitally blurred. No audio, and you're
I have
freezing a little
no
bit.
idea
Your
what's.
picture's a little blurry. That's what my experience. Yeah, you're lagging a bit. Now
I have
I just
no.
heard you, and your voice was digitally fluctuated. You probably need to restart your audio video. If not, exit the call and re-enter it. If you can exit
I'll
and keep
try.
it live, right? And I'll just hold the
Yeah,
floor for a second.
yeah. Let's try.
Okay. All right, he's trying that. Good, good. Sorry, guys. Okay. Yeah. So I'm in a pretty solid flow state about this thing because I've been thinking about these things deeply, right? People don't draw context. It's just like everything you're watching happening is either from sanctuary city or sanctuary state perspective. These are all happening in blue places. When they happen in red places, these situations are not happening in red places, right? Because red places never went sanctuary, so there was never a chance for illegal immigrants to gather en masse, even during the first Trump administration. And, of course, prior to that in the Obama administration, right? So it's going down like this because these places calling themselves sanctuary something or another are all operating under open society policies, which is managed by George Soros on behalf of the global fascist agenda, which Mossad is a part of. The Mossad in the United States have a deep relationship in trainings. Stein is back. Okay, you look
Yes,
good.
sir. Let's hope that
You sound
this is.
better. All right.
That's good. That's good.
All right. Are you all set now? Do you still have control of this call? It's still on your account, right? Like I don't have to do anything on my end,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
No, no, no. It's all good.
Okay. Cool.
It's all good. It's still live. It's still going.
Fantastic. All right. So I was just telling the audience a little bit about the trouble of how this how basically the Democrats set up the sanctuary cities in such a way to specifically create these secret police looking tactics for just grabbing people off the street because that's not the way the non-sanctuary parts of America work, and that's why you were not seeing this happen in other places because everything because there's no bypassing of your immigration status to be had. Where in these sanctuary places, you've got government officials and bureaucrats that are just ignoring their responsibilities towards the process and procedure for anyone who has unverified documents, because there's a lot of document fraud that is permitting these illegal aliens to pass their verification checks online and such. This includes getting some sort of a social security number. Where's that coming from? Right. So the sanctuary cities and such, they keep a down low on all that stuff, right? That's kind of like what they have believed they had the authority under their law to do, and is a deep part of their ideology that plays into the needs of those on the higher ups agenda, right? And I try not to take this into too much conspiratorial universe, depending on my context. Sometimes I need to talk about immigration in a non-conspiracy way because it's very insulting to those on the ground experiencing it, or are qualified to be afraid due to the narrative, right? As those among the quote ignorant of things. Yeah. So it's forced us to look ugly, and we've had to take a very long time to talk about why this thing is popping up that looks like the great no-no since World War II, and what we established is what we do as good people in the world, and yada yada yada, right? Which I think some of the theories, I have theories about the camps, but I don't want to get into the camps from World War II because that's not relevant. That's the past and not what we're here to talk about. But I think we've rolled for a hot minute here. Let's get at least a reading done. So
Yeah.
let's do
Sure.
the
Let's
situation.
do that.
Nobody wants to come in and get a reading. It's been like that lately. It's really been
Yeah.
really dead. I'm afraid. Am I oversaturated? Am I? You're still climbing in popularity, but it can't be from our stream, right? Because nobody's showing.
Actually, I can look at the analytics.
I mean, analytics are great and all, but my heart, Like, I'd rather have like only the 5 people that were actually there for a reading instead of knowing that there were like 100 views, right? I'd rather like there just
Yeah.
be 5 human beings because of um I'm trying to show people like I know that I read differently than many other people because it's a tell on some of the self-referential work that I've
Yeah.
done,
Yeah.
coming from what gets compiled logically speaking from things like knowing the Box Saga, being more applicable to chelantic sciences in the way that my mind is interpreting um, the symbolisms, so on
Hmm.
and so forth. Right? Yeah, all these make a massive transformational difference compared to somebody else who maybe is talented but doesn't really break from um, what their little book says, or maybe the one guy who taught them or something did, that kind of situation.
Yeah. We have a volunteer, by the way. Freyr Odinson would love a
Oh,
reading.
oh, fantastic. Great, great, great. Frere, good to see you. Let's get you a rockin' and rollin'. All right, your I Ching, your change is 28. Great exceeding. The ridgepole warps, fruitful to have a direction to go, creating success. When you exceed something, you cross over a line and make a transition. This brings stress, but also a greatness of spirit and purpose beyond the scope of the situation. Things cannot hold up as they are like the ridgepole of the traditional Chinese house. So there must be movement, reach out imaginatively, and explore. What is overloaded? What have you outgrown? What must you do? So that's interesting. So great exceeding is kind of about like you've completed a lap, like a cycle, right? That's it's about like here you are, you've reached the new start, which is appropriate because this is 28 numerology. 28 reduces to 10, the 1 and the 0, which is the expression of the completion of the first cycle, right? So it's the completion of the initiatory cycle. It's like getting to the wheel of fortune in your major arcana of your hero's journey. All right. Who will be your guiding spirit on this ride? Earth, the Python. All right. Discernment, detachment, transformation, and renewal. So, yeah, this is you're going to be in a you're going to be getting a real low low earthen perspective, right? As the snake upon the ground, upon the manner in which one climbs as a snake, um, you're going to be seeing things from the point of view of the low grounds, uh, of the small ones, right? The underdogs in the world, they like the snake for that reason, because for all the animals in the universe that are, you know, under a couple inches tall, you've got this huge creature that's only a couple of inches tall, but it's very, very long, and thus has all this power. And it is a master of knowing how to move its body across the earth in such a manner of speed and stealth, and it is a feared predator amongst the creatures of its size, but also you can learn too many things from the behavior of such a creature. Oh, wow. And with that, the otter, which is definitely going to be on the prey list of the python, and the otter is the page of vessels. So you are going to be initiating on a lesson in the emotional journey. That's where this new cycle starts for you. Because I think you've gone through an emotional resolve and now can step up to taking a lesson from this shift in feelings and attitude. Okay. Now, you've got Ansu's reversed. You may have at present a ineffective teacher. There may be somebody trying to help you in that role, and they're exploiting some of the stuff that you don't know yet along your journey. Yeah, Frere asks, the perspective of the underdog. Do you understand now since I've spoken? But, the underdog. If you don't know the term underdog, underdog means the guy you expect to lose. He's he's in a lower weight class than the fighter he is fighting. He is shorter than the fighter that he is fighting. He has to fight harder to overcome the mass of his opponent, and thus the underdog. There was an old cartoon, it might have been a Canadian cartoon, I don't remember, called Underdog, right? It was all about that, and they made a live-action Underdog movie. They made a full-blown animated movie of him as well. Popular character way back in, the 60s or something. But at any rate, Two of Stones reversed. Challenge. All right. So, at the completion of this cycle, you are still in a certain kind of financial struggle that you are personally not doing well with. Othala reversed. And your place of learning, I would say, of getting the lesson out of this is not a fit place to get the lesson, right? It's like you're in a cluttered classroom or something to that effect. You can't find all the textbooks. you can't hear the teacher because the kids haven't been organized. They haven't calmed down and come to attention yet, so on and so forth. All right. So, what is the worth of what you're trying to deal with here that this situation is coming from? Six of Stones, exploitation. All right. In the last cycle, you feel exploited, which makes sense because here's that issue of the challenge reversed, right? You failed the challenge to yourself, which is why the result of your last endeavor made you end up a little bit exploited. And so you're trying to learn the lesson of the exploitation. to understand where you screwed up with your own security for all the things that you valued. Tuaj, reversed. So that makes sense because if the source of your lessons is a lie and you don't have the cultivated place to deal with the material challenges of what you're trying to do, then you're going to get exploited again, right? You know, you could be involved, interested in a partnership or an agreement with someone else, but because you're being a fool, when you find whoever you're going to partner with, or you finally get the agreement out of them, it's going to be to your detriment. You're going to feel used. And you may, in fact, feel used. You know, you may be signing a contract with Loki. Ansu's reversed is Loki's rune. So what should you do? So you got 3 of bows, fulfillment, reversed. So this is going to throw you into that vicious cycle of failure as you're trying to learn this goddamn lesson. And you've got Wunyo reversed. And so all this is very lockstep, right? You know, it makes perfect sense that Wunyo would be reversed if you've been exploited and you didn't learn your lesson about it, you never prepared for it, and you've been making all your actions based on misinformation. You're going to be profoundly disappointed in the results that you needed from going through this thing. Okay, so that's your blind reading. If you'd like to tell me what it's about, we can expand upon it.
So we're getting a lot of, yes, and
I'm seeing, yeah.
even more yes. So you are definitely tapping into all the right things as per usual, of course. So if Freyr, if you want to elaborate a little, you are welcome to do so. If you feel it is too private, by all means, keep your secrets. It's all good.
Mm-hmm. Or you could email me, if you feel the urge to speak privately. It would be free for me to have a little bit of an extended back and forth. No big deal.
The last part about the last cycle.
No. The last part is about what will come by the fulfillment of the new cycle. Because it's about what you should do. It's about setting your intention forth. And your intention is to reach the fulfillment for this emotional lesson. However, it's not going to be fulfilled. Wunyo reversed and fulfillment reversed. It's practically like the same. Like Wunyo and fulfillment are practically the same thing, right? For just because it is It's the joy and the satisfaction of of earning of earning something, right? So you're not going to get it. It's going to be disappointing unless you turn all these things around. That's the idea. So,
That's that sounds serious. It sounds like you need to do some real thinking, some real deep contemplating on things. Maybe if you thought it over, think it over again. Make sure you're doing the right things. Make sure you're doing all the right things, taking all the right actions to.
I have reached a point of sound like your audio went off, I don't know. I have reached a point of feeling that I am supposed to start something, but I don't know what it is. This must be tied to those signs. Gotcha. Gotcha. Right. Well, you need to find the clarity of what you need to start, and therefore by straightening out all these lies in the emotional messaging that you get on a regular basis is going to clear the mind to reveal what this thing is for you to do is. So, let me give you your whisper. All right. Patience. Patience. Everything can be accomplished at nature's pace. So, yeah, that makes perfect sense because that would be the manner in which I would approach going through this lesson, especially when you're dealing with how much you're lying to yourself on an emotional level. You're gonna have to go through some clearances of stuff. You may come to realize that you're going to be mad about something, maybe probably mad at yourself about something, and you may need some alone time to go huff and puff at how much of an idiot you feel like you are, like I do on a regular basis, right? So anyway, that's your that's your read, man.
All right, that's a good read. Definitely some lessons in there. A lot of lessons in there. Some good warnings, signs, symbols, the works. Um, yeah. Thank you for joining. Thank you for having that reading done. Hope it works out for you as well. It's these readings are all you know they're all fun. They're all fun and games, but and it's good content. Like both of us are still content creators in a way. Um, but if you don't do anything with these kinds of readings, then yeah. Thank you for the whisper. I have much work to do, as do we all. As do we all.
All right. Well, I'm feeling pretty good about all of this. Um, we can wind it down. We can wind it down now if you want.
Um, yeah, we had a good reading, a deep going discussion about protection and men and all of that. I need to listen to that again. My head is full from the last 2 weeks.
Mm.
Um, I'm very very overwhelmed by things. But yeah, thanks for joining, man. And it's good to do this again after 2 weeks of inactivity, really, because
Yeah, yeah,
life came in between of things.
indeed.
It happens. Life comes in the way of fun sometimes. But yeah, I'm glad that we picked it up again. Freyr, thank you for joining us on this fine Saturday evening. Well, evening for me at least. Um, if you like these kinds of readings and you want to go a little deeper, you want it a little more personal, do contact Zerilath at zerilath@yahoo.com, or I don't know, go to the Goth Club where he does his readings. Uh, it's a thing.
If you live in the Westchester County or New York City area, North Bronx, just if you want to know more, contact me. I'll give you information if you're going to be in New York.
Well, you heard it here, ladies and gentlemen, and make sure to subscribe to his channel as well. Apparently, all the subscribers that I am gaining, he is bleeding. So that is a damn shame. But his content, the things that he talks about, is amazing as well in a lot of different ways. So yeah, thank you all very much. Do remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you feel like supporting us a little more. Do go to our Patreon, patreon.com/Greyhorn Pagans, especially since YouTube refuses to monetize my channel. It is really the best way to support us, because being a content creator, it's a lot of work. It's very expensive. These programs don't pay themselves. That webcam doesn't pay itself, nor does this microphone. Um, but it's all for love, and for everything else that we do with the Greyhorn Pagans podcasts, my channel, our blogs, all of it can be found on our website www.greyhornpagans.com. For now, I thank you all for watching. I thank you all for listening. I thank you all for joining us. Make sure to join us again next week. Same channel, same time, same two shirtless heathens. So you are more than welcome to join us then. For now, I wish you all a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, goodbye, whatever it may be for you. And we'll see you next time. Bye bye, everyone.